Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope that all of you will be quite well, quite happy. Today, in this video series, I am going to teach you one of the important topics, rather one of the most important topics of your third lesson, carbon and its compounds. And the topic is chemical properties of hydrocarbons. Let us start the topic. It is chemical properties of hydrocarbons. Here comes the first property of these hydrocarbons, that is combustion. Combustion is also called as burning. And this combustion, first of all, you should know what is combustion. Combustion is a process in which a substance, or you can say a process in which a hydrocarbon burns in presence of oxygen. In presence of oxygen to produce carbon dioxide, water and energy. So combustion is the process in which a substance burns in presence of oxygen to give carbon dioxide, water and energy. This energy, it may be in the form of heat, it may be in the form of light or both. So during the process of combustion, sometimes energy is evolved in the form of heat, sometimes energy is evolved in the form of light, and sometimes energy is evolved in the form of heat as well as light. Now, see, we have two types of hydrocarbons as we have discussed in our previous video, that is saturated hydrocarbons and unsaturated hydrocarbons. So far the saturated hydrocarbons are concerned, they burn in presence of oxygen and produce carbon dioxide, water and tremendous amount of energy. That's the reason that most of the fuels which we use in our day-to-day life, they are saturated hydrocarbons. Now see, I shall cite some examples here. We have a well-known saturated hydrocarbon that is called as methane. This methane, you know, the molecular formula of methane is CH4. If we burn this methane in presence of oxygen, it will give carbon dioxide, water and tremendous amount of energy in the form of heat and light. So we can write it like this. This is CH4. When it burns in presence of oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide, water in the form of vapors and energy. So you have methane, it reacts with oxygen, or you can say it burns in presence of oxygen after heating. Then it produces carbon dioxide, water and energy. Since these saturated hydrocarbons, they produce a lot of energy on burning in presence of oxygen. Therefore, these saturated hydrocarbons, they are used as fuels. For example, you know the LPG. LPG, which is a commercial fuel, which is a domestic fuel. This LPG, it mainly contains a saturated hydrocarbon that is called as butane. So this LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, its main constituent is a saturated hydrocarbon, that is butane. Here you have to remember that these saturated hydrocarbons, they burn with a blue and non-sooty flame. So saturated hydrocarbons, they burn with a blue and non-sooty flame. Here, do you know what does the term soot mean? Soot, actually, soot it is unburned carbon. Unburned carbon. So soot is unburned carbon. But here we say that saturated hydrocarbons, they burn with a blue and non-sooty flame. It means that during the burning of these saturated hydrocarbon, there occurs complete combustion of carbon atoms. I repeat the term, complete combustion of carbon atoms. When there is complete combustion of carbon atoms, so no soot is produced. No soot is produced. And since the flame is blue, you have read in your previous classes that blue flame, the blue portion of the flame, it is the hottest portion of a flame. Therefore, since it produces blue flame, therefore we can say a lot of heat is produced on burning a saturated hydrocarbon. Now, so far unsaturated hydrocarbons are concerned, they also show this reaction, they also show combustion, they also burn in presence of oxygen. But unsaturated hydrocarbons, they burn with a yellow and sooty flame. So unsaturated hydrocarbons, they burn with a yellow and sooty flame, because in case of these unsaturated hydrocarbons, there occurs partial combustion. There occurs partial combustion. Partial combustion. Why? Because the relative percentage of carbon atoms, in unsaturated hydrocarbons is more as compared to saturated ones. I will repeat, why unsaturated hydrocarbons burn with a yellow and sooty flame? Because there occurs partial combustion of carbon atoms. Why there is partial combustion? Because the relative percentage of carbon atoms in unsaturated hydrocarbons is more as compared to saturated hydrocarbons. But if these unsaturated hydrocarbons, if these unsaturated hydrocarbons are burnt in presence of pure oxygen, or you can say if unsaturated hydrocarbons are mixed with pure oxygen, then they burn with a blue and non-sooty flame. So when unsaturated hydrocarbons are mixed with pure oxygen, they burn with blue and non-sooty flame. For example, we have an unsaturated hydrocarbon that is called as ethyl. This ethyl, it is commonly called as acetylene. If this acetylene is mixed with pure oxygen, it forms a compound that is called as oxyacetylene. This oxyacetylene, it burns with a blue and non-sooty flame. Right? So this was the first chemical property of these hydrocarbons, that is combustion. Now I will move to the second. Now the second one is substitution reaction. The second chemical property of these hydrocarbons, it is substitution reaction. First of all, you should know what does the substitution reaction mean. Those reactions in which one or more hydrogen atoms of a hydrocarbon are replaced by some other atoms are called as substitution reactions. I will repeat, substitution reactions are those reactions in which one or more hydrogen atoms of a hydrocarbon are replaced by some other atoms. Now I shall cite some examples to make it clear. Here we have again a saturated hydrocarbon, that is CH4. I think you remember the name of this hydrocarbon. It is methane. If this methane is treated with chlorine, the chlorine atom replaces one hydrogen atom of this methane and it forms CH3Cl plus HCl. Here you see one atom of methane is replaced by chlorine atom. Such reactions are called as substitution reactions. This compound we call it as chloromethane. Or methyl chloride. This is also called as methyl chloride, or you can simply remember it as chloromethane. Here you have to remember that substitution reactions, they are the characteristic features of saturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated hydrocarbons hardly show these substitution reactions. So substitution reactions, they are the characteristic features of saturated hydrocarbons. Since here in this reaction hydrogen atom is replaced by chlorine, such substitution reactions, they are also called as chlorination. We call it as chlorination because the hydrogen atoms are replaced but by chlorine, therefore they are called as chlorination reactions. We call it as chlorination. Now see, this here only one hydrogen atom of methane is replaced by chlorine atom. Again, this methyl chloride or chloromethane, it can also react with chlorine like this, CH3Cl. If this is again treated with chlorine, the second hydrogen atom of this hydrocarbon gets replaced and it forms CH2Cl2 plus HCl. This compound we call it as dichloromethane. So this is called as dichloromethane. Again, dichloromethane can also react with chlorine. One more hydrogen atom will be replaced. It will form CHCl3 plus HCl. This is called as trichloromethane. Trichloromethane. Again, this trichloromethane, CHCl3, it can be treated with chlorine. One more hydrogen atom will be replaced. It will form CCl4 plus HCl. This CCl4, this is called as carbon tetrachloride. Carbon tetrachloride, or you can say tetrachloromethane. But the most common name is carbon tetrachloride. This was about substitution reaction. So I will repeat, substitution reactions are those reactions in which one or more hydrogen atoms of a hydrocarbon are replaced by some other atoms. So here are some examples. Now the third one is addition reaction. Addition reaction. Addition reaction, this is the characteristic feature of unsaturated hydrocarbons. So addition reaction, you have to remember it, that addition reactions are the characteristic feature of unsaturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons do not show addition reactions. So first of all, you should know what does the term addition reaction mean. Addition reaction, it is some sort of combination reaction. Addition reactions are a type of combination reactions. In these reactions, a hydrocarbon combines with some other atoms like chlorine, like hydrogen, etc., and form a single product. So these reactions are also called as combination reaction. It is a type of combination reaction in which a hydrocarbon combines with some other atoms and forms a single product. But these addition reactions, these are the characteristic features of unsaturated hydrocarbons. Now I shall cite some examples. I will take the example of ethene. This is an unsaturated hydrocarbon. Its molecular formula is C2H4. We can write it like this. It is CH2 double bond CH2. Now, if we take this ethene, this is CH2 double bond CH2. If this is treated with hydrogen in presence of nickel. Here this nickel, it acts as a catalyst. It acts as a catalyst. Catalysts are the substances which enhance the rate of chemical reaction, but do not participate in the reaction. They do not participate. They simply increase the rate of reaction. So ethene reacts with or combines with hydrogen in presence of nickel, which is a catalyst, and the double bond breaks, it gets changed into single bond and it forms CH3 single bond CH3. So during this reaction, ethene, which is an unsaturated hydrocarbon, it picks up, it combines with 2 atoms of hydrogen and forms ethane. This is ethane. So this is an example of an addition reaction. Since hydrocarbon combines with hydrogen, therefore such reactions are also called as, we call this reaction as hydrogenation. This reaction is called as hydrogenation. It means that during hydrogenation, unsaturated substances get converted into saturated substances, because here it is ethene, unsaturated substance. It combines with hydrogen and forms ethane, which is a saturated substance. So such reactions are called as hydrogenation. Hydrogenation, it has importance in our day-to-day life because we oftenly use vegetable ghee. You might have heard vanaspati, dalda. These substances are made from vegetable oils. When vegetable oils undergo hydrogenation, they form vegetable ghee. So vegetable oils, they are unsaturated substances. When they undergo hydrogenation, they form vegetable ghee, which is a saturated substance. So these were some most important properties of hydrocarbons. I hope you would have liked this video, and I request you to tell your dear ones to subscribe to my channel and watch such interesting videos.